PPP is the government now. And as I know from growing up as a child, we're all loving people who support PPP. We are all PPP lovers, but you know, sometimes it's not what you love, it's what is right. And it's not, you're not going to be brainwashed by a particular party who is not doing what they're supposed to do. And right now, Guyana is under dictatorship, not leadership. And that is a sinking ship.
Who really wanted with me?
Clock it! Clock it! Clock it, bitches!
Hi guys, welcome back. This is your dear Mac with the Dear Mac Show. Darlings, my tea drinkers. Ooh, child, the tea is hot. Hoo. Guys, if you're new here, take a seat. I'll serve you the tea, darling. And if it's getting hot, like right now, I'll serve you the bush tea. Darlings, if you don't know what is bush tea, my darling, tag a Guyanese for translation. But in the meanwhile, you take a seat and you tap that subscribe button. Oh, my darlings. The tea is hot. You know, guys, I'll tell you. Every day something Guyana. These politicians don't give us rest. What can we do? Listen, the politicians is Guyanese celebrity. Oh, child, I'm telling you. So, what is the tea? The tea is so hot. So, a PPP supporter, a very strong supporter of PPP. She declares she's a supporter. But you know what? She's talking the truth. She's not stifling her conscience. No. She's talking the truth and shame the devil. You know, it's like, talk the truth and shame the devil. And she's been talking the truth. And she says some words, baby. She says some words. Anyway, let us get into the rest of this video, darling. And then we can say our words. Let's get it on.
This caused a delay in swearing in the opposition leader. So now that I want to ask you this question, what do you think, or what is you think the problem with the Speaker of the House not to swear in the opposition leader of the Win Party?
Okay, right. As you know, we're all Guyanese, and we shouldn't forget our roots. I sent a message out to a few brothers to show up here this afternoon for a live telecast. And I got a message from one brother. He goes, we shouldn't worry what happens in Guyana because we're Americans. My friend, we have migrated here as Guyanese, and I am a Guyanese. I'm a proud Guyanese. And if you love Guyana, come out tomorrow. Let's do a private live telecast right here. It's no protesting, it's no big meeting. Everyone could give their live input on a live telecast with Mr. Roy Ramsrand, who has always been also in this committee for at least 4 decades already. I mean, this is a guy who also be there all the time with the election, any joyous occasion, he's here to help us. Now he is volunteering his time free to the community to help the situation now. And as you all know, the PPP is the winning party. The PPP is the government now. And as I know from growing up as a child, we're all loving people who support PPP. We are all PPP lovers, but you know, sometimes it's not what you love, it's what is right. And it's not, you're not going to be brainwashed by a particular party who is not doing what they're supposed to do. And right now, Guyana is under dictatorship, not leadership. And that is a sinking ship.
So how can you,
as far as I know.
right, so let me go back to this question. How can you say that, what do you want to back up as the PP is acting as a dictatorship?
Okay, because first of all, he won his position of 16 seats in 3 months. I hats after him for a young man, 3 months with his own financial expenses. He formed a party and campaigned campaigned out there and got hundreds of thousands of votes, which means the people want him to be a part of the country and what is going on. So now, his time for swearing in, if Fanali run and swear in himself right away, time to swear in Mohammed, he is not doing so, and they are giving him so much hell. I've never seen one man being pressured by so many members of the PPP for what? We don't know. What is the problem? He needs to be sworn in as a leader for the opposition, just like everybody else. Every country must have an opposition, right?
Right. So the question is, what I understand, one of the reasons why they didn't swear in him as opposition leader because of the American sanction him.
And that is not true. The Secretary of State, the lady, stand up and say whatever is going on in Guyana has nothing to do with the U.S. and they know that. And Anil Nandalal is saying the man is a fugitive. He's not a fugitive. And you all know, we know, we're Americans. If that man was sanctioned and he was a fugitive and he was this and that they're saying and he has to be extradited, ain't nobody stopping him to be in America. Trump would have bring him here already. But they are delaying that because they don't want him in there. They want to create. They're paying a lobbyist $50,000 a month to dig dirt on Ashuddin so he wouldn't get swearing. But this is not fair because he did one good thing from Guyana. He abolished the PNC. If the PNC government was there and they're not swearing in them, you know what would have happened? They would have burned down the whole Georgetown already.
Well, I was there when I covered the last elections, but because I know they couldn't really start up any trouble in Guyana because it would be black against black if they start any disturbance the last 2025 elections. But the main problem the Attorney General is saying and the Speaker of the saying they don't want a sanctioned man to be the opposition leader.
That is not their call. The man is not convicted of any crime, as Charna said in his last video, that a man who is called a fugitive and a criminal when they are convicted. Right now, his case is in court and GRA has dropped all the charges the last time he was arrested, and the man is a lawyer and he speaks for the Constitution and he expressed the constitutional rights that they are not supposed to brand him as a fugitive or brand him as a criminal as yet because he's not been declared one. He's not been judged as one yet.
All right.
Why are they holding him up?
So they're saying...
We all know that the court case will take a long time.
All right, so they're saying, coming from the other media in Guyana, other political parties, that he's not qualified as a politician.
My friend, that's not for me or them or anyone to say. The man proved his point. He won an election. He won 16 seats, which is a lot of seats for him to be his leader, more than all the other opposition, all the other people who run against PPP. They came out with the most vote, and that's his party called the Win Party. Listen, fair is fair.
So what you want to say about the Speaker of the House, the Speaker of the National Assembly?
The Speaker of the House is acting like he's dumb. And first of all, if the Speaker of the House was away and he's busy, the government is dysfunctional because they're supposed to have a backup. They're supposed to have an assistant to do their work. If I am running a country and I have to go on someplace, the Prime Minister take over, right?
Yes.
If the Speaker has to go someplace, why they don't have an assistant to do his job? Why they're delaying the holding up and got the people in the country like hanging like dogs? I mean...
Well, what I think they were waiting for is for him to get extradited to the United States because of the cases going on. The cases going on right now. Again,
don't contradict yourself, Mr. Ramsran. They are not waiting on him for extradition. They are waiting for them to get him a conviction for him to then be extradited. And we don't know that because America is claiming they have nothing to do with what they're saying. Because the lady, it's a big on Facebook, the Secretary of State stand up and say what they're talking about and what they're planning has nothing to do with the U.S.
Right, they said that. Right, the American ambassador and the other international ambassador says the same thing.
Yes. Guyana
should follow the democracy. They should elect him as the leader of the opposition because he got the most seats.
Right.
But the government of Guyana and the Speaker of the House is saying that he's a sanction, that they don't want him to be in a high office as the leader of the opposition in Parliament.
Then the Speaker of his House is committing a crime there too because he's definitely working and serving a country without no democracy. They're all in dictatorship right now, and that is wrong.
So the Attorney General is calling Ashuddin Mohammed as a fugitive. What do you think about that?
Listen, I don't have to to think about that because Mr. Charnas, who is a very learned and educated attorney who did mention and address that matter, that he is not a fugitive and Anil Nandalal can be sued for acting and calling him names because the case is still in court and you're guilty until proven, anyone and everyone.
Anil Nandalal mentioned that in England, they use the word fugitive when you're sanctioned or when you're in any court problems.
Listen.
That according to him, the British use the word fugitive, and is a way the Guyana is used in Guyana Constitution. He can use the word as a fugitive because he's sanctioned by the United States of America.
Anil Nandalal is using the word, and he's an attorney also, and he's also the Attorney General. So he should stop playing games. He's playing games, and he is denying the people's rights. He's disobeying the constitutional rights for the man who's supposed to be voted in as an opposition leader. The country not supposed to be functioning without any opposition.
I remember another member of the government stated that he's not. They don't want him to be an opposition leader because he's not educated enough, or he knows nothing about politics to be a leader of the opposition. How would you handle that question?
Again, my friend, the president of Guyana, Mr.
Child, I am telling you, darlings. Oh my gosh. Listen. You know, you guys know I always say one thing, and you know, I keep saying country over party. And that's country over party. You see, she support PPP is your party. But it's country over party. Guys, I tell you, you know I always bring this tea, and I bring it live and direct, and I don't beat around the bush, right? I keep saying one thing over and over. The government, PPP government, gonna lose a lot of supporters for this situation. I keep saying it. I don't know who advising those guys, the president or whoever doing all these things, who leading all of this thing going on. But I said it. I said over and over, guys. If you recall in a lot of my videos, I said the government, the PPP government, gonna lose a lot of supporters for this. They are fighting and losing battles. They are losing supporters. I said it. Let me tell you something. I said before. Let me tell you something. I was married to an Indian. I live with my in-law, them like 5-6 years, live together, getting up, make tea, make breakfast and them thing for my mother-in-law and them thing. My father-in-law is sick, helping take care of it and all them thing. I was deep down. You understand? Deep down. So I know. You understand? So when I tell you, I say, after a while, the Indians, the PPP Indian supporters, can start feeling funny. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna watch this is the same race. It's not, I ain't talking race, not a race thing. This is facts I'm talking. You just get a sympathy for your own race. It is, yes. So they can start feeling a way, right? They can see you're pushing the man. You come out first wrong election. But when they see this thing continue, they can say no. So they'll be turning off their supporters. They will be turning off their supporters, and that's what it's doing. You understand? That is what it's doing. A lot of time I on the phone having conversation, and I was like, who advising these guys? These guys need to back off. You gotta know when to retreat. It's over. People make a broad statement. All what you're bringing and you're saying, this man is this. The Azadin is that, guess what? The Guyanese know. The Guyanese know everything. The Guyanese that support Azadin, even the Afro-Guyanese that come out from the PNC camp, they know Azadin come out from there. They know he was deep with them friends and family. They know that. So what you say now, it's just making you look bad, because now you coming to tell the population this what this guy, this what this guy. But guess what? This guy was with you all the time, financially supporting you, get you out of a situation when, you know, you think the PNC had you in a situation you had to get finance. This guy was there and whatever. You understand? So my point is, when you tell people this about this, everybody's like, we don't care, we know you cover. So, you know, and then when you're saying certain things, you looking bad, right? You looking bad. So imagine you live with your husband 10 years, and 10 years you know you're doing that kind of thing, and but when he had left, then you know this and know that about him. But the PPP supporters are talking out. A lot of them talking behind closed doors. She's brave. She come out. You know, a lot of people putting country in front of party. Country in front of party. And that's what be going on. So the government, you know, I think lost a lot of supporters in that way. I don't know what it was thinking, what it was doing. I don't know, you know. Nobody is like right thinking mind right now, because I don't know, that can be, because you wouldn't know when to retreat. I tell you guys here, I call it a long time. I call it shots a long time. I say, you know, these guys digging a hole for themselves. They're digging a hole for themselves. You gotta know when to retreat, when to back off. You understand? Okay, it went wrong. The election was okay. But after the election, when the people don't make the statement, don't went to the poll and said, this is it, you can't come and tell nobody else. You can't, anything else you're doing, you're breaching the Constitution. You go against the Constitution, and then the Americans got to step in. You understand? So you making no sense. Okay, even if you're in your feelings about it, whatever, guess what? It's out of your hand. Guyanese is the ones that choose the political leaders. That's it. That's all. Nobody else choose that. And everything you're coming out now and say, oh, this and that, Guyanese are watching, like, you telling Guyanese, this man is this. Guess what? We see a president sworn with that. You understand? You saying this and we seeing that. So you're like, come on, what are you telling us? Oh, this one better than this one? What is it? All of you guys coming with the baggage. You know, the president coming with the baggage. And, well, once he was in there, he's the president, we got respect. So it's like, what you telling us? So it just, you know, Guyanese like, what two-faced thing is this? You know, so Guyanese are people right now, listen, Guyanese don't care. The thing is that the situation Guyanese in right now, Guyanese do not care right now. Guyanese just was looking for a strong leader, a leader for stand up for them. And they see it in Azadin, that they see he standing up for them. They see he doing the work. They seeing him every day doing things, putting out the work as an opposition. And that is what Guyanese wanted. Guyanese wanted a change. Guyanese wanted a change. And they see the change in Azadin. And they choose that. That's out of any government. A government don't choose the opposition. A government don't choose the opposition. It's the people. Government don't choose themselves. It's the people choose them. So just how the people choose you, and even if I didn't support the government, I gotta accept the government. Guess what? When the people choose the opposition, even if you don't like the opposition, you gotta accept it. That is it. Guyana do not run as a one-party state. Guyana is not a one-party state. Government don't own Guyana. The people of Guyana own Guyana. Guyanese own Guyana. So you know, we had to be fed like babies from the international bodies to do our job. That was very shameful. I am so shameful. So guys, you know, that's it. I gotta run, and I say let me just bring this tea. Guys, the tea is hot. So, yeah. A strong PPP supporter, speak up. Speak up. And as I said, and I say it again, they better stop because they're going to lose most supporters. They lost a lot of supporters doing what they do. What government and all these Nandela, all these guys, people got common sense. People see, people watch. You come and telling somebody something that doesn't make it right. People know what's going on. Everybody in Guyana know what's going on. Everybody know, listen, this is a political rival you're trying to get rid of. And that's all Guyanese know. Anyway, guys, I gotta run. This is your girl D leaving the building. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you're here, just keep watching the video and you're unsubscribe. What are you waiting for? Guys, let me know what you think about, this PPP strong supporter come out and put country in front of party. Let me know your thoughts on that. And I'm out the building. Have a nice one, guys. Be good to yourself on purpose with a purpose. Bye.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it. This my.
I'm not fighting a tea addiction because I'm not fighting back. There's a tea for every genre, every mood. There's a tea for any feeling that I have. You know what I mean? The older I get, I'm not fighting a tea addiction. There's a tea for every genre, every mood. There's a tea for any feeling that I have. You know what I mean? The older I get.